The Boeing Insitu ScanEagle is a small, long-endurance unmanned aerial vehicle built by Insitu, a subsidiary of Boeing. The ScanEagle was designed by Insitu based on the Insitu SeaScan, a commercial UAV that was intended for fish spotting. The ScanEagle continues to receive improvements through upgrades and changes. Design and development: ScanEagle is a descendant of another Insitu UAV, the Insitu SeaScan, which was conceived of as a remote sensor for collecting weather data as well as helping commercial fishermen locate and track schools of tuna. ScanEagle emerged as the result of a strategic alliance between Boeing and Insitu. The resulting technology has been successful as a portable unmanned aerial system for autonomous surveillance in the battlefield, and has been deployed since August 2004 in the Iraq War. ScanEagle carries a stabilized electro-optical and/or infrared camera on a lightweight inertial stabilized turret system, and an integrated communications system having a range of over 62 miles. It has a flight endurance of over 20 hours. ScanEagle has a 10.2-foot wingspan, a length of 4.5 feet and a mass of 44 pounds and can operate up to 80 knots, with an average cruising speed of 48 knots. Block D aircraft featured a higher resolution camera, a custom-designed Mode C transponder and a new video system. A Block D aircraft, flying at Boeing's test range in Boardman, Oregon, set a type endurance record of 22 hours, 8 minutes. ScanEagle needs no airfield for deployment. Instead, it is launched using a pneumatic launcher, patented by Insitu, known as the Super Wedge launcher. It is recovered using the skyhook retrieval system, which uses a hook on the end of the wingtip to catch a rope hanging from a 30 to 50-foot pole. This is made possible by high-quality differential GPS units mounted on the top of the pole and UAV. The rope is attached to a shock cord to reduce stress on the airframe imposed by the abrupt stop. Each ScanEagle system costs $3.2 million. A complete system comprises 4 air vehicles or AVs, a ground control station, remote video terminal, the Super Wedge launch system and skyhook recovery system. Improvements. On March 18, 2008, Boeing, with MSAR and Insitu successfully flight tested a ScanEagle with MSAR's Nano SAR radar mounted aboard. The MSAR Nano SAR is the world's smallest synthetic aperture radar, weighs 3.5 pounds and is 100 cubic inches in volume. It is designed to provide high-quality real-time ground imaging through adverse weather conditions or other battlefield obscurants. In 2009, Boeing and Insitu announced the Night Eagle, a modified ScanEagle Block E with an infrared camera for night operations. In August 2010, Boeing announced plans to control ScanEagles from control stations on E-3A AWACS aircraft and on the V-22. In July 2011, a team of 2 ScanEagles and another UAV cooperated to search and navigate a mountain area autonomously. Insitu introduced an improved ScanEagle 2 variant in October 2014 that has a new purpose-built heavy fuel engine for increased reliability, which increases electrical power but decreases endurance to 16 hours. It also has a larger nose to carry day and night sensors at the same time, an increased payload, and heavier empty and max takeoff weights. Wingspan, service ceiling, and cruise and top speed remain the same. Other upgrades include a fully digital video system, a better navigation system, Ethernet-based architecture and reduced electronic magnetic interference, and a new ground control station while using the same launcher and skyhook recovery system. The ScanEagle 2 was made to appeal to the growing commercial UAV market and orders will start being taken in 2015 either new built or as an upgrade for existing ScanEagle aircraft. Operational history. The ScanEagle entered service with the U.S. Navy in 2005. In addition to the United States military, the Australian Army also operates the ScanEagle UAV and the Canadian government also leased the ScanEagle. On 15 and 16 October 2008, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration conducted 3 successful test flights of the ScanEagle, launching it from the Fisheries and Oceanographic Research Ship NOAAS Oscar Dyson in Puget Sound, Washington, flying it remotely from the ship, and recovering it back aboard. In 2009, the NOAA oceanographic research ship NOAA's MacArthur II began operating a ScanEagle owned by the University of Alaska to monitor the distribution and population of seals in the Bering Sea. In April 2009, a ScanEagle launched by the U.S. Navy was used during the standoff between the U.S. Navy and a lifeboat controlled by pirates holding Captain Richard Phillips of the MV Maersk Alabama in the Indian Ocean after a failed hijack attempt. Insitu announced that the ScanEagle had totaled 500,000 combat flight hours and over 56,000 sorties by July 2011. In late May 2013, the U.S. Coast Guard used a ScanEagle to seize over 1,000 pounds of cocaine from a fast boat in the eastern Pacific. The ScanEagle was being deployed off the USCGC Berthold during demonstrations to assess UAV use in the Coast Guard. The aircraft was able to maintain visual surveillance of the boat until a cutter was able to interdict the vessel, marking the first time a UAV deployed from a Coast Guard cutter participated in drug interdiction. The trials in May lasted 2 weeks with 90 flight hours completed. The Coast Guard hopes to begin purchases of unmanned aerial systems by FY 2016, with small UAVs deployed from its national security cutter fleet by the following year. Long-term goals are to use unmanned systems to augment their manned fleet, while UAVs on offshore patrol cutters would replace medium-endurance cutters. On July 26, 2013, the ScanEagle became one of the first unmanned aerial vehicles to be granted certification by the Federal Aviation Administration to fly in U.S. airspace for commercial purposes. ScanEagles will be deployed to Alaska off a ship for ConocoPhillips to scout for icebergs and count whales, protecting drilling platforms and fulfilling environmental requirements. The ScanEagle can safely accomplish observation missions in hazardous Arctic locations, which is safer, cheaper, and more environmentally friendly than using manned aircraft. Commercial certification was the result of previous military certification and the congressionally mandated opening of airspace over much of Alaska to small UAVs. Only 4 ScanEagles were certified with strict requirements. Only one aircraft of the type is allowed airborne at any one time, they cannot fly through clouds or icing conditions, and they cannot take off or land during certain gust and wind conditions. The certifications did not mention line-of-sight control. On September 12, 2013, a ScanEagle with ConocoPhillips conducted its first flight from a research vessel and flew for 36 minutes. On its second flight, the aircraft experienced engine failure. It aborted the flight and landed in the water, as it was programmed to. A boat recovered the downed ScanEagle. Iranian capture and reverse engineering claims equals. In December 2012, Iran stated it had captured an American ScanEagle that allegedly violated its airspace over the Persian Gulf. Iran later stated it had also captured 2 other ScanEagles. The U.S. Navy stated that none of its ScanEagles were missing. Photo evidence of a ScanEagle in Iran showed no U.S. military markings. In August 2013, CBC News reported that the Canadian Navy had lost a ScanEagle drone in June 2012. The Navy denied it was obtained by Iran. On December 17, 2012, Iran announced it was starting mass production for a copy of the ScanEagle and has put that UAV into service. Iran later released images of this production line. On September 2013, a new UAV named Yassir was delivered to Iran's Army Ground Force. According to Jane's Information Group, the Yassir UAV appears to share the ScanEagle's 1.37 meters length and 3.11 meters wingspan, although it does have a slightly different twin-tail boom and inverted V-tail plane configuration. In unveiling the Yassir, the commander of the Iranian Army's ground forces, Brigadier General Ahmad Reza Pordastan, is quoted by the Iranian Fars news agency as saying it is capable of flying at an altitude of 15,000 feet, has an endurance of 8 hours, and an operational radius of 200 kilometers. In October 2013, during a 5-day visit to Iran by Russian Air Force Commander Lieutenant General Viktor Bondarev, Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps presented him with a copy of the U.S. ScanEagle drone as a gift. In November 2013, A video appeared on YouTube showing a Yassir UAV flying over Damascus, Syria in support of Syrian Arab Army forces fighting against rebels. Operators: Australia, Australian Defence Force; Canada, Canadian Army; Czech Republic, Czech Army; Malaysia, Malaysian Armed Forces; Colombia, Colombian Air Force; Netherlands, Royal Netherlands Army; Japan, Japan Ground Self-Defense Force; Iran, Armed Forces of the Islamic Republic of Iran; see Yassir; Italy, Italian Navy; Poland, Romania, Spain, Spanish Navy; Singapore, Republic of Singapore Navy; Tunisia, Tunisian Navy; United Kingdom, Royal Navy; United States Air Force; United States Marine Corps; United States Navy, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration; Yemen, Yemeni Air Force. Variants: ScanEagle X200, a civilian variant with a restricted category type certificate issued by the United States Federal Aviation Authority. CU-169, Canadian military designation for the ScanEagle. Notable appearances in media: the ScanEagle is mentioned by name and its camera POV is shown as a major plot element in the 2013 drama Captain Phillips. Specifications: data from Insitu, USAF, general characteristics, crew, none on board, payload, 7.5 pounds, length, 5.1 to 5.6 feet, wingspan, 10.2 feet, height, empty weight, 30.9 to 39.68 pounds, loaded weight, 39.7 pounds, max takeoff weight, 48.5 pounds, power plant, 1 2-stroke 3W piston engine, 1.5 horsepower, performance, maximum speed, 80 knots, cruise speed, 60 knots, endurance, 24 plus hours, service ceiling, 19,500 feet, avionics, high resolution, day-night camera and thermal imager. See also, AAIRQ-2 Pioneer, an earlier sea-based fixed-wing UAV, Boeing Insitu RQ-21 integrator, developed from the ScanEagle. National Navy UDT SEAL Museum ScanEagle on display. References. External links: ScanEagle product page on insitu.com, ScanEagle page on Boeing.com.